Hi, I'm Andy Baird from BPX. Welcome to Meet the Product. Welcome to the BPX series of short videos where we're speaking to our key manufacturers regarding their very latest innovative products. Today, sat next to me is Andy Campbell from Schneider Electric to talk to us today about TeSys Island. First off, Andy, tell us about TeSys Island and what the product actually does.
Okay, so TeSys Island is it's a smart motor management system up to 37 kilowatts. Okay. Connectivity allows you to connect into a PLC. In this digital world, it's to enable that control from the PLC.
What are the key features about TeSys Island?
So one of the main features about TeSys Island is the reduced design time for implementing a motor control system. One of the concepts that we're using on there is the concept of avatars. The avatars are aimed at fixed speed applications, direct online motors, star deltas, that sort of application. But when you can link a process variable into something like a pump avatar, then you can start to have autonomous control, maybe based on the level in a sump, for example. Concept of digital twins. So it's a digital twin, as I say, it's replicating the function that you're trying to design. And you can do that from the very early stages. So we've got a lot of online tools that allow you to select an avatar, select a pump avatar, select a star delta avatar. You then put in the details of what you're trying to do. So you've got the kilowatt rating of the motor. You've got a temperature sensor in there. You've got maybe a process variable of maybe water flow or sump level. You put those details into the online tool, and it comes out with a bill of materials for the product.
And that goes into the TeSys Island, not the PLC?
So that's a bill of materials that you get, will be emailed to you, for example. But it's also, you can generate a file that will then be implemented and put into the configuration software for the TeSys Island. So those avatars, they start at that very, very base level, the online tool, creating a bill of materials, then going on to a configuration file that you can import into the configuration software. That configuration software, something called SoMove, is also implemented or can be implemented within the actual PLC software. So it can be a sub-program that is built into the PLC program. And then within that PLC program, you have a whole series of function blocks which replicate the avatars. So you imagine from the first design stage, you've got a pump avatar, you use the online tool to create your bill of materials, you then use the file, the configuration file that the online tool has created, you import that into SoMove to configure the TeSys Island, you then pick an associated avatar from the PLC software to then design and program and do the control.
Typically, what type of industrial applications is TeSys Island going to be suitable for?
Okay, so in the digital world, the sort of data that you get from a TeSys Island, it's doing sort of three things. One of them is allowing you to sort of performance benchmark your machine in terms of what the performance is of that machine. Secondly, we're looking at things like the predictive maintenance, so you can start to predict when things run out, when things wear out. And the third one is about power and energy readings. So in our green world, we need to start monitoring how much energy consumption manufacturing processes are taking. So this is an enabler to allow you to do that. Now, when we first launched the product, we were looking at OEMs. We saw OEMs as the main marketplace for this sort of product. But what we're finding actually is end users are becoming really interested in this type of product, things like the water industry.
TeSys Island will have many features and benefits. One that stands out for me at the moment is I can see very few wires, only a ribbon cable. Why is that?
Yeah, so it's a benefit in terms of installation time, the amount of wiring it needs to actually build the panel. So you've got a whole series of starters here with a bus coupler over on the right-hand side. As far as the bus coupler is concerned, you've got a single 24-volt DC feed into it, and you've got an Ethernet connection back to the PLC. The individual modules are just connected with this ribbon cable that you can see just plugs in, and you end up having a connection across here. And that connection across here is the communication, plus the 24-volt feed for the coils on the individual contactors.
So who will most benefit from using TeSys Island?
That's an interesting question, because I've often gone into panel builders and they've been a little bit scared sometimes of this. So the people who most benefit from this are automation experts with a bit of motor control understanding, a bit of motor control knowledge, because they're the ones that are going to be able to use the avatars, do it in the PLC programming. So the other people who would take to TeSys Island, I believe, are the younger generation, the people who are not scared of new ideas, that they can grasp and understand the concept and how to use avatars. And then the third one is, this is not, it's agnostic. It's not just for Schneider PLCs. So we've developed function block libraries for our own PLCs, but we've also created function block libraries for Siemens PLCs and for Rockwell PLCs.
So our customers can use it, but as well what you're saying is our competitor customers can also use this product with some of the other competitors' PLCs?
Yes, so we've made it easy to use for our PLC,
okay.
but we've also made it easy to use for some of the other PLC manufacturers out there,
okay.
the Siemens, the Rockwells.
Okay.
That doesn't mean to say you can't use it with any PLC, but those function block libraries to make the implementation of the avatars and the digital twin, we've made that especially easy for Schneider, Siemens and Rockwell.
Thanks, Andy, for explaining TeSys Island. If you'd like any more information, then please click on the link, and thanks very much for joining us today.